Good morning, Facebook. We'll see if a few people come on with me, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. My mind wanted to get up and do Topic Tuesday, but of course I'm on vacation since the kids are on vacation. So my mind and my body was saying two different things. But I am here as promised for Topic Tuesday. And today I'm going to give good morning, 10 tips for Thanksgiving planning, and 5 bonus tips for Black Friday shopping. So I'm just going to wait a few moments to see if I can get some people hop on with me. I know that I typically come on or try to come on right at 9. It's about 20 minutes after, so some people may have had to go into work. So you may, good morning, Titania, you may be catching the replay of this. So if you are, thank you so much for joining me. Good morning, Sherilyn. I was texting you back. I know she probably was like, is she ever going to get on Topic Tuesday? But yes, I am here with my tips. I'm here. And I'm excited to give these tips. And I was thinking like, well, man, I probably should have gave some of these last week. But last week, if you didn't see Topic Tuesday, definitely go back. I think I just reposted it yesterday. Definitely go back and check out the Topic Tuesday from last week. We talked about, I believe it was 5 tips. I believe it was 5. I was trying to think of the number. It was 5 tips and 1 bonus tip of things to do to make sure you do before the end of 2016. So if you haven't already seen that, it was really, really good. I posted it on my wall again yesterday, so you shouldn't have to scroll too much to go ahead and find it. But on my website as well, tramikacraddock.com/blog, you can see any of the Topic Tuesdays. Typically by Thursday, the Topic Tuesday for that week is always on my blog page. So it says I have some people here. Who do I have with me this morning? Thanksgiving week. Good morning to you all. 2 people said good morning, and I was able to greet them. Who else do I have with me this morning on Facebook Live? And I actually am only doing Facebook Live. I'm not doing Periscope this morning. So hopefully the people who typically join me on Periscope were able to jump over to Facebook Live this morning. I hope so. I don't want them to miss out on the tips that I'm going to give. So as I see your name throughout the live feed, maybe I can go ahead and shout you out or say good morning to you. Good morning, Missy. So it's showing me some people join, but not everyone. Typically, sometimes you do have to say good morning, hey, hello, and then that way I can greet you personally. Now, I do want you all to see right at the bottom, you should see a share button, a share link. I would love for you all to share this once this is over. Good morning. Good morning. So if you can do that for me and share, so everyone, Leanna, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure if you ever joined me before. Thank you so much and good morning. Thank you for joining me for Topic Tuesday. If you all could go ahead and share so everyone you know can actually go ahead and get these Thanksgiving tips as well. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I was just writing something down so I don't forget. I love writing, y'all. And that's what actually took me so long. Last night I typed up everything in my phone. And then I was like, I have to write this out in order to give the tips. For some reason, I just, the words come alive to me when they're put on paper. So this morning, like I said, we're going to be talking about 10 tips for Thanksgiving planning and 5 bonus tips for Black Friday shopping. And y'all know I had to play this. My best friend told me about this. And when I've seen it, I have been cracking up. And every time I hear about it or anybody do it, I really wish Cole was on here. But listen, y'all, this is what we're going to be talking about this morning. I thought that was hilarious when I seen this challenge, so I had to play a little bit of that. Okay, no more joking. Okay, so let me go ahead and get right into these tips. For the first one is, and hopefully, let me just say this. Hopefully some of this stuff you have already done, especially since it's only 2 days. Y'all laughing, especially since it's only 2 days before Thanksgiving. I'm really praying that you all have done most of this stuff. But if you haven't, it's never too late. You can start today and you can get a lot of these things done. So I'm going to go down some general things. There's so so much when it comes to planning for Thanksgiving, just depending on what your family does, what your traditions are, how many people you're going to be hosting, if it's just going to be a small people, or if you're just going to somebody's house. But this list is going to be for if you are actually hosting, as we typically do every year. So if you're actually hosting dinner, these are some of the things that you want to know. So for those of you who do not know me, just really quickly, my name is Tramika Craddock. I'm a planner, consultant, coach. I have my own event planning company, Prestigious Events by Tramika Craddock. And then I also do event consulting as well as a certified life coach. So on my coaching side is typically where my Topic Tuesday videos come from each week. And same thing, what I do with my event planning, I do the same thing in coaching. I help women live more organized and balanced lives through planning. So that's what I do for my clients. So giving tips and strategies, things of that nature, that's what I do. So one thing that I always say is success is determined by you. So it doesn't matter how big or how small. It does not matter what area it is in. When you're trying to reach a goal and you make a strategic plan to reach that goal and you actually reach it, that's success. So success is not, having $1 million or being the most famous person or Facebook famous or whatever, being on the Oprah show. Success is determined up to us. So when you put a goal in place, you I help to create a plan, whether you create the plan or you get help to create a plan to reach that goal. Once you reach that goal, that's your success. So number 1, create a guest list. If you haven't already and you're going to be hosting, you want to be sure that you create a guest list. Number 2, and I'm going through them kind of quickly here. Number 2, create a menu and a shopping list. That's very, very important. You want to be sure that you create a menu that is going to appease to your guests. So, you may have guests that don't eat meat. You may have guests that does not eat pork. I said no eat meat. That's a vegetarian. You may have guests who want gluten-free items. If you're willing to do exactly what your guests want, or you might just have a traditional menu and they pick and choose as what you have laid out. It just depends. So, if you're going to have smaller children, you want to think about some different stuff. I know if somebody asked for our guest list, are you going to have green beans? Because they have a smaller child. So, depending on who your guests are, hey, Siobhan, you may want to make your menu according to your guests. Hey, Brittany. But if not, you're just going to make the traditional meal, whatever that looks like for your family. Go ahead and just create out your menu, and then you want to create the shopping list. Now, when creating your shopping list, you want to be sure that you write down each item and every ingredient you need for it. I don't care if it's already in your refrigerator. If you already have it in your cabinet, whether it's a seasoning, write down every ingredient you need for it, and then you can go through your cabinets or refrigerator afterwards, mark those things off. That way, when you go to the grocery store, you're not forgetting anything because you wrote down all the ingredients, or you're not duplicating anything because you already have it in your cabinet. So be sure when you're creating your menu and your shopping list to write down every ingredient. Tip number 3, reflect on last year. I'm a big person when it comes to reflection. So reflect on last year. How was last year? Are you hosting more people this year? Are you hosting less people? So that determines the amount of food that you need to have. Was it boring last year and you need to have more entertainment? Did you have too little food? Not enough food? Was something that you made a really good hit? Something that you made wasn't a good hit? You didn't really like the taste, or your guests didn't really eat it? Hey, Leslie, thank you for joining me. These are some of the things you need to do when you're reflecting on last year. Or was your last year a total disaster and you just need to go to somebody else's house this year? So think about those things. Do you need to bring somebody else in to help you cook? Was it too tiresome? Or do you need to start earlier? Reflect on last year is the 3rd tip and see what you need to do different this year. Number 4 is actually go out and shop for your food as well as decor. If you're going to be decorating, some of us may already have certain decor that we just put up until the next Thanksgiving or fall season. Your house may already be decorated because fall already started, or you may not decorate at all. So just think about those things when you're creating your shopping list so that when you go out to shop, you will be able to mark these things off the list as you purchase. So make sure you have enough pans. This is with the shopping, y'all. Tip number 4. Make sure you have enough pans. We know a lot of us usually use aluminum pans. Make sure you have enough for every dish. I just need to get started. Yes, I need you to get started, Leslie. Make sure you have enough pans. Make sure you have foil to cover the stuff while it's in the oven. Make sure for your guests you have silverware, cups, plates, napkins. If you're going to be pulling out your good china, your good silverware, just make sure you look at that stuff. Make sure nothing's broken. Make sure you have a good amount. You may need to buy some extra dishes, a new set of silverware if it's stained or broken or whatever the case may be. You may notice that you didn't even put it up that you thought and your kids messed it up. See, I put my good stuff up so my kids don't mess it up. So whatever that looks like for your guests and how you're going to do it, you may use paper products or you might use real china. You want to be sure to pull that stuff out. Make sure you don't need to repurchase. You want to go ahead and get all those things washed up. Or again, if you're using the paper products, you just want to make sure you have enough. Typically, if you're like my family, you may go back and forth and use about 5 different plates if you're using paper products per day. So you just want to make sure that you stock up on enough. So, hey, Mr. Bird, that's number 4. Number 5, plan for your entertainment as well as outfits. I know some people like to dress up or they have their family dress up when they actually come over for dinner. Nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you've planned it out. If you would like to cater that turkey and ham, yes, that's something that you can do when you're ordering your meat. That wasn't a tip that I have on here. If you are, well, and let me say this, the reason why is if you are catering your turkey and ham, I hope you already put in your order. Seeing that it's only 2 days before Thanksgiving, you may get real lucky and be able to put in a last minute order. But if you need like a butcher to cut certain stuff, for example, we're having crown roast. So those things, I did not put those on as tips, but that's a good point, Leslie, only because I really hope that those things are already done. You've already placed your order for your specialty cakes, desserts, your meat, anything of that. Be a celebrity like me and never have to wait in line. Hey, sounds good, lavish. Okay, so planning your entertainment as well. You may just want to lay around, watch movies. So have you connected up your Netflix? You got it, Leslie? Great, I'm glad. So I want to make sure that y'all going to be able to eat some ham and turkey for Thanksgiving. So you may want to just do Netflix. You may want to do Redbox. Whatever that looks like, you want to make sure you plan for your movies. If you're going to do games, make sure you pull out those games. Make sure all the puzzle pieces are there. If you're doing puzzles or the game pieces, so that way you know when you're shopping whether or not you need to go ahead and repurchase these items. Sorry about that. I had a call to come through. You may have a particular game that your family likes to play. Just make sure everything's intact. So on the day of, you don't have to worry about running out. Typically, most stores are closed on Thanksgiving. There are smaller stores that are open. I believe in most places that most Walmarts, if they're 24 hours, they're still open as well. Or so you want to make sure you have these items so you're not having to take away from your family time and run out to get these items during Thanksgiving Day. So the number 6, which is a biggie, and I don't think people really think about this, clean out your refrigerator and your freezer. You want to be sure to do that because you're going to need space for all this new food, right? So make sure your refrigerator is cleaned out of any leftovers, sorted and very neat. So that way you can just stick pans or bowls, containers, whatever you're putting your leftovers in. If you have leftovers, some people may eat their food all of it the entire day. Ours typically lasts through the weekend, and I cook like that on purpose. So once I spent like a whole day cooking food. I don't want to have to cook the next day or the day after that. So our food usually lasts all the way through the weekend. So just making sure you have enough space, making sure you have easy to use containers. If you have older kids or children who are going to be fixing their own plates, all the aluminum foil, that may not be good. You may want to get heavy duty so that they can put it back on there and your food is not drying out, or actually just getting containers so that they have lids so that everyone in your household can easily get in and out the refrigerator to get what they want. Because I don't know if y'all like us, some days by like a third day we just getting really, really, really light. So I might have a big plate of macaroni and cheese. That's my favorite dish for Thanksgiving. So number 6 is making sure you clean out space in your freezer as well as your refrigerator, because you may make a lot of dressing and you need to freeze half of it. So just making sure you make that space. Number 7 is estimate your cooking time and start on time. Estimate your cooking time and start on time. So for about 2 to 3 years, and then it got real old, I would start cooking on Wednesday night. I'll say, okay, I'm cooking. And then everybody will go to sleep and leave me. And I'm up cooking by myself until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, dozing on and off. Don't want anything to burn. So I'm not really sleeping good. So I just started cooking earlier. I kind of didn't want to do that because I don't want them dipping their hands in the pot, but I just started cooking earlier. So estimate how long it's going to take you to cook and make sure that you actually start on time that you're setting for yourself. If you're doing hams and turkeys and things like that and you have recipes, it'll tell you how many hours in the oven. And then you want to actually, this is an additional tip, you want to actually plan, depending on your oven, you may not be able to put several items in there at one time. So you want to plan, okay, well, the macaroni and cheese and the yams and maybe the ham has to go in at this time, and then the turkey a little bit later or a little bit earlier. You want to be able to plan all of that out. And I had a bonus tip. I think that's with the Black Friday shopping. I just wanted to make sure that I'm covering everything. So estimate your cooking time. That's number 7, and start your cooking on time. This is a good time to decorate your home. If you haven't already decorated while you're cooking and you're in the kitchen, hey boo, my husband just joined me. You want to go ahead and make sure you start decorating during this time, because you're typically in your area, dining room, living room, wherever you're going to decorate at is close to the oven, so that way you're not far off. Number 8 is, if you haven't already, contact your guests. Go ahead and contact them. Confirm whatever dishes that they're going to be bringing. Confirm with them that they're still coming, so that you know, okay, I shouldn't probably cook all of that food. Or confirm with them. Make sure they know what time dinner time is going to start. Make sure your guests know what time dinner is going to start, especially if they're bringing a dish. I hate on holidays and stuff where I have to wait for people and they have like a really good dish that you have to have. Good morning, Latanya. In order for you to start. So make sure they know what time your dinner is going to start, so that they're there on time. You want to also prepare for any guests. If you have guests coming from out of town, your linen, your towels, your sheets, preparing extra space. If you have a spare bedroom, making sure you have that, making sure you have enough hand soap, toilet paper, different things like that. You want to be sure that you prepare your house for guests. Okay, so the number 9 is the day of. Start warming your food well in advance. Last year, I started warming my food once my guests got there, thinking, oh, well, it's not going to take too long, and it really did. So you want to start not preparing your food, but warming your food, because it's already cooked. So right before the dinner time, whatever your time is for your particular household, you want to start warming your food well in advance, especially like your meats, your dressing, things that are thick, that is going to cause the heat to take a little bit longer to get to the middle. Number 10 is give thanks, have fun, and enjoy your family, and eat a lot. Y'all, I eat a lot on Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. So those are my 10 tips that I have for Thanksgiving planning. Again, those were just some general tips that I wanted to give. There's a lot of other stuff. Maybe I'll do a seminar next year on Thanksgiving planning. There's a lot of other things that you can do to make sure that you have properly planned for Thanksgiving. But if you do the ones that I've outlined, you should have a pretty successful Thanksgiving. Number 1, create a guest list. 2, create your menu and your shopping list. Number 3, reflect on last year. Different things I talked about, what went well, what didn't go well. Number 4 is shop for your food items and your decor. Number 5 is plan for your entertainment. If you're going to have family outfits, things of that nature, you want to plan for those and shop for those. Number 6 is clean out your freezer and refrigerator. Number 7 is estimate your cooking time and start on time. Number 8 is prepare your home for your guests. Make sure your guests know what time dinner is going to start. Number 9 is the day of. Make sure you start to warm your food well in advance. And number 10, give thanks, have fun, enjoy your family, and eat a lot. I eat in advance because my guests because I am still running a house full of being a good guest. Well, yeah, sometimes some people do eat in advance. This year I'm going to start cooking probably way earlier in the day, but I told my family they better not touch it. I don't know, it's just something about breaking bread all together at dinner time. So if you eat in advance, that is fine as well when you're planning for your Thanksgiving. So I just want to go into these bonus tips real quick so I won't hold you up longer. Hopefully you're taking in these tips and you're running out or writing down your list right now so that you can go out and get the last minute stuff. So just if you're going Black Friday, I haven't went Black Friday shopping in years, but I know a lot of people who still do. So I just want to make sure that you all just have a few tips that you can take with you when you go Black Friday this week. The number one thing and what is most important: set a budget. Set a budget, set a budget, set a budget. Don't just go out and say, well, I'm going to buy everything I see that's a good sale or anything that's just left over, because most stuff is gone. So by the time I get to the store, whatever I see, I'm just going to get. You know what you need for your house, so you can scan through ads. And, if you need, they have like Tupperware is always a good sale on Black Friday, linen, things like that. So if I typically go out after Black Friday, that's the type of things that I'm buying, because good household items are on very good sales for Black Friday. But set a budget so you do not overspend and you're coming home looking at your credit card statement, however you do it, looking at your bank account the next day, and you just like, whoo, I bought too much, I gotta take some stuff back. Because y'all know what? When y'all take stuff back at the Black Friday, the lines are extremely long. And I know that because I used to work at Walmart a long time ago. The lines are ridiculous to go ahead and return items. So you want to be sure to set a budget so that you're not overspending when you go out shopping for this Black Friday. Number 2 is see what you can get online first. So you're not going to all these stores in the cold. See what items you can purchase online. I know they start Black Friday typically on Thanksgiving now, so that you're not leaving your family and your household. If you're entertaining guests, see what you can purchase online right there in the house with your guests being there. So that's number 2. Number 3, shop. When you're going shopping, make a list of the items that you want or you need and put the store name at the top. So okay, well, I'm going to Target and I'm going to get these items. I'm going to Walmart, I'm going to get these items. I'm going to H.H. Gregg and I'm going to get these items. So you know exactly what you're getting from what store. A few bonus tips to that is make sure you jot down the price. You want to also make sure you take the sale ads if you have them, whether you have to print them or you've already gotten them prior to going out for Black Friday, like earlier this week, or if you have them on your phone, you may want to screenshot them, only because sometimes in the system, all the Black Friday prices do not ring up, and you want to be sure that you're getting all the good deals that you stood in line for, or went out in the cold, or, left your guests behind to go out, just run and purchase something real quick and come back. You want to be sure that you're getting the price that you're expecting. So take your ads, screenshot it, print it out, write down the price, make sure so that, if you're in a situation, it can go by quickly. All you have to do is just flash the ad. Another thing that you want to do when you're looking through the ads is make sure you look for price matches. See what stores have price matching and be sure to say, okay, well, when I go to Target, I can get everything else here, but they have this one thing that's about $10 more. Let me see if they're going to price match it to Walmart, because I don't want to go all the way to Walmart for that one item. So that's some good things to do when you're planning for your Black Friday shopping. Price matching. Number 4, map out your night in your store. Map out your night and your morning. So what you will want to do, say that you're going to about 4 stores. Where are they on the map in your city? You don't want to go in circles. You don't want to pass a store and then come back to the store. So create a map and say, okay, well, it makes sense to go to this store first or this store first. Another thing I would say with that, which was my bonus tip, was call the store ahead of time and see what quantity they're going to have. For example, my daughter, she's turning 13. She wanted an iPhone 7 Plus. So they have this deal on Black Friday. So I called over to the Target and they told me, well, we're only going to have 2, not standing in line. And I'm probably not going to get one of the 2 phones. So, okay, I need to find an alternative to get that phone. So I just purchased ahead of time. I'm not going to wait in Black Friday line for hours out in the cold and then get to the Target mobile and they don't have the phone. So you can do that. Call ahead of time. See what the quantities are looking like. So you know if you need to go to that store first, or if it's not even worth going to try to get that particular item. So that was one of the bonus tips that I had. But mapping out your night and morning, whenever you start at night or start in the morning, mapping out the stores that you're going to actually go to. Number 5, this is the last one. Bring company, bring items to keep you warm. So you may want to put on layers where as you get hot or you're in the store, you can just take some layers off. Scarves, hat, gloves. It's typically really chilly depending on where you are on Black Friday. Hand warmers if you're standing in line. We don't want anybody to get sick trying to get good deals, right, y'all? So make sure you bring things that are going to keep you warm. You might want to make your own pot of coffee at home so that you can put it in a thermostat and have it so it keeps you warm while you're standing in line. You want to bring company. Company is always great. When I went out Black Friday shopping years ago, we used to go as a group. It was mega fun. I'm just getting older, I guess, and I can't really, it's just too cold, y'all. If anybody know me, I don't like being cold. So those are some of the things that you want to do. And you want to bring snacks. So bring a little bit of that ham or, that chicken or whatever in a bowl or anything that you're willing to eat lukewarm while you're waiting in the car or going from place to place. Because I literally know people who will start on Thursday night and they will not come home until Friday. And not eating is not good for our health. So you want to be sure. And the lines for fast food, they're going to be extremely long most times when people are out Black Friday shopping, as well as you just spend all this money on Thanksgiving, right? So we want to save money, so we don't want to keep going out to eat and going through drive-through. So bring snacks, chips, a sandwich, things of that, turkey sandwich, things of that nature. You want to be sure to bring snacks. So those are my Black Friday bonus tips. I hope that some of this help you set a budget. See what you can buy online first. When you're shopping, make a list of all the items in the store name that you're actually going to be purchasing at. Map out your night and your morning. And also bring company items to keep you warm as well as snacks. So that's all that I have for you. I was just trying to make sure here, looking at my notes. That's all that I have for you. For those of you who stuck in with me, what time is it? It is 9:48. Thank you so much for sticking in with me. I hope that you all have a great, blessed Thanksgiving. Remember to give thanks in this season. Remember to just have fun and enjoy your family. I know that I'm a big planner. You're welcome, Leslie. I'm a big planner, but when things don't go according to plan, it is okay. The fact that you still have life and you're able to celebrate with your family, it is going to be all right. So just enjoy yourself and have fun. 2 more things I do want to mention before I go. One of the things is please share the video so that more people can hear about these Thanksgiving tips, especially if they have not already started, and especially for Black Friday. I thought that there were great tips that I put out. So share the video once we're done speaking here. And then one other thing that I wanted to talk about, 2 different seminars that I have coming up. I have my meal planning essentials, building a solid weekly schedule, as well as planning for the first quarter of 2017, whether it's in your personal or your business life. I do have those seminars coming up the first week in December. I won't take a lot more time on those. You can find them on my website, tramikacraddock.com/group coaching. So this is the second round. I had a successful first round, and then a lot of people asked about these seminars and whether I was going to offer them again, which I typically was not going to do until the next season, but because they were requested, I'm actually doing them again. So definitely take a look at that. Reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. My website is tramikacraddock.com. The last thing is I am actually going to be a keynote speaker for another seminar. Yay! I'm so excited. And a part of me speaking, I'm going to be giving my success story and how I started and I was able to become, and again, success is determined up to me, how I was able to become so successful within just a few months, y'all. So I'm going to be sharing that as a keynote speaker at the Wake Up and Build seminar. So I'll be sure to go ahead and post all of these items on my wall as well. That's going to be a really, really good webinar. For my seminars, they're $30 and they come with a workbook. Very low cost. You can't beat that. For the Wake Up and Build seminar, it is someone else's webinar, but I'm actually just going to be coming on as one of the keynote speakers. That seminar is only $17. You cannot beat that. And pretty much what it's going to be doing, if you have these dreams and ideals that is inside of you, it's time to wake up and build. And pretty much that's what it's going to do. Is going to help you with tools and strategies to be able to wake up and build your empire. So that's what we're going to be talking about in that seminar. And again, later on today, I would share the links for both so that you can register for one or two. I'll be happy to see you show up at both. So that's all my time today. I got to finish getting ready for Thanksgiving. I hope that you all have a good, prosperous Thanksgiving and holiday week. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a productive rest of the day.